You heard of Harvey Danger? You know the eye visions I was in them. I was looking into the mirror. Those guys. They made that song. It's called Flagpulse, and I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know they also had 9 other tracks on their freaking premiere album, huh? Did you know that? For a track is Carlotta Valdez about the film Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock. But you didn't know that, did you? Did you? Huh? Did you? It's also arguably, demonstrably a better pop song than Flagpoles, right? Bet you didn't know that. So, I'm not talking about those today. I'm talking about the third track on the album. Those are the first two. Was Carlotta Valdez and Flagpole. So the third one, gonna drop my earbud. Private Helicopter, right? Private Helicopter. I'm on a private helicopter with my favorite ex-girlfriend. Tiny little cabin in the sky. Yeah, you know that? Yeah. You know that one. And you know Sean Nelson isn't actually in a private helicopter, right? You know, the contrived and I must say poorly executed music video. They're actually on the bus for more screen time than they are in the helicopter. They're never actually in the helicopter. You know why? Because Sean Nelson isn't in a freaking helicopter. He never is. It's a metaphor, right? It's a metaphor for the ideal hypothetical fantasy circumstance in which he can reconcile with his former lovers and friends. It's a fantasy. It's like an adult daydream, as boring as that sounds. Right, so he says, I'm in a private helicopter with my favorite ex-girlfriend. All right, now we're alone and we can remember how we felt before we were guilty. We were bitter. I must admit, I said a few things. It's everything he's never gotten to say to his ex. Circumstances haven't arrived. He's never gone to talking with her. Maybe it's not even come up. Whichever means. Maybe he's had the chance but never acted upon it. Maybe he just thought it wasn't time yet until it never happened. And he never really saw her again. And this is how he dreams it would look like. I'm on a private helicopter with my former best friend. We have to get to the Cinematheque. We're not alone. No one speaks English, so we're free to look into each other's minds and see what we're thinking like we always used to. Ba-ba, I miss talking to you. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. But you never draw me up, so cast off these ego scars. Let's go hit the bars. Right? It's about the reconciliation, the catharsis, if you will. I watched Midsummer. I'm biased, but it's this. If you could talk to anyone you knew at one point, maybe you were good friends. Maybe you were best friends with them. Maybe they were the only real person that ever got you. But now you just don't see each other anymore. I realize I'm showing you all these fucking license plates. Maybe I gotta edit that out, but I can't. I have no idea how to fucking. It's this whole thing. I can barely move any apps from my phone to my computer. Any recordings, any images, any videos. It's stupid. It's terrible. You know what? I'm not gonna bother. If somebody really wants to put in the effort to locate all of these cars, to locate the street I'm walking on, and actually dox me, I'm gonna be fucking impressed. All right, I'm gonna be impressed. It's all right. Anyway, oh my god, it's just derailed. You can tell I don't have a script for this. That's why it's good. That's what makes it good. See? Don't you like that? Don't you like unscripted, impromptu? Excuse me. Recordings like this? Don't you like it? Don't you want to marry it? Anyway. Sean Nelson is singing. Sean Nelson is. Well, shit. Alright, the song is a conversation in the way that most like songs with lyrics are. Ooh, blacked out windows. This, in a sense, he's talking to his ex as well as his former best friend, but he's also talking to the viewer, the listener. Jeez, sorry. He's asking the listener, what would you do if you were on a private helicopter? If you were alone with that person you used to know, whom you may have really admired, and who now you just don't really know anymore, what would you do? What would you do with them? What would you say? How would you feel afterwards? Would they still be the same person? I mean, more or less, as much as anyone can be, quote unquote, the same over any period of time as our cells are replaced, as our fashion changes, as the neurological connections in our brain are changed and reformed and cut, removed. Who do you see yourself with? Who's in your private helicopter?